Good afternoon to you, and welcome to the live proceedings of the National Assembly this afternoon. A live broadcast brought to you by the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation in partnership with the Parliamentary Broadcasting Unit. There's a lot lined up for consideration this afternoon. And in the highlights in the order of business this afternoon, the National Assembly will be having the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill number 17 of the year 2025 lined up for first reading. This is a bill by the leader of the majority party, and the purpose of the principle, the Public Finance Management Bill of the year 2025 being an amendment bill to the already existing Act on Public Finance Management, is a bill that is seeking to amend the Public Finance Management Act in order to ensure that there shall be no duplication in management of additional allocations, and this is through the intergovernmental agreements. This afternoon, the National Assembly is also set to consider procedural motion on the exemption of business from the provisions of Standing Orders number 141, subsection 2. This is another business by the leader of the majority. And this procedural motion states that, noting that the House will be proceeding for a long recess on the 5th day of December to the 9th day of February 2026, and this is in accordance with its calendar. The leader of the majority is taking cognizance of the implications of the provisions of stage of the bill, and now therefore pass on to the provisions of Standing Orders number 256, being the exemption of business from the standing orders. The House resolves to exempt a number of bills from that standing order, Standing Orders number 141, subsection 2, from lapse and reintroduction of the bills during the period of the 4th and the 5th session. So this is a procedural motion that will see to it that a number of bills will not be expiring, and that they be reintroduced, and the period will not have lapsed for their consideration. They include the Fisheries Management and Development Bill 29 of 2023 of the National Assembly, the Meteorology Bill, Public Relations and Communication Management Bill, National Assembly Bills number 17 of the year 2024, the Kenya Sign Language Bill, the Universities Amendment Bill, the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill, and the Environmental Professionals Institute of Kenya Bill from the National Assembly, Bill number 36 of the year 2024, among others. There are a total number of 22 bills in total that the leader of the majority party, through the procedural motion, will be seeking to have them exempted from the provisions of Standing Orders 141, subsection 2. The report of the audited accounts for the Judiciary Mortgage Scheme Fund for the financial year 2011-2012 all the way to 2021-2022 is also lined up for consideration this afternoon, at a time when the National Assembly is set to receive the newly elected members of Parliament from the 7 constituencies. Some of them are set to be sworn in during this afternoon sitting, signaling the commencement of their role being oversight, representation, among others, being the overall mandate of members of Parliament, being lawmaking, oversight, and representation. The business of the National Assembly is about to kick off. Members are upstanding, signaling that the Speaker's procession is on its way into the chamber this afternoon. Briefly, you'll be seeing the sergeant-at-arms on your screens carrying the mace, leading the Speaker's procession, where the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Dr. Moses Wetangula, is set to preside over the business of the National Assembly this afternoon. My name is Gladys Mungai. Enjoy your viewing and have yourself a great afternoon.
Ustawi wa jamii na utawala wa haki wa wanadamu. Takusihi utazame kwa neema nyingi sisi watumishi wako ambao wameridhika ili tutekeleze shughuli muhimu za jamhuri yetu. Twakuomba uteremshie baraka zako sisi tuliokutanika hapa na utujalie tuyatende na kufikiria mambo yote yatakayofikishwa mbele yetu kwa njia ya haki na uaminifu, ili utukufu na sifa zako siendelezwe na ili kustawisha amani, ufanisi na heri ya nchi yetu na wale ambao hawajazao umezikabidhi mikononi mwetu. Amen. And where is Ichungwa? Order. We have quorum to transact business.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Order, take your seats. Mwalimu, take the nearest seat. Honorable members, as this House is aware, order. As this House is aware, by-elections were successfully conducted on 27th November 2025 in the constituencies of Magarini, Banisa, Kasipul, Malava, Mbere North, and Ugunja. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, has declared the results, issued certificates to the winners, and gazetted the members-elect via Gazette Notice number 17611 of 1st December 2025. On behalf of the House and on my own behalf, I extend warm congratulations to the 6 members-elect for earning the confidence of their respective electorates and for the privilege of joining this august House as representatives of the people. This morning, in keeping with the established practice, the clerk organized an orientation session for the members-elect. The session provided them with an overview of parliamentary services and essential administrative information to facilitate their transition into legislative duties. To ensure seamless onboarding, I have directed the Office of the Clerk to organize a comprehensive induction program for the 6 newly elected members, together with the Honorable Kipchumba Harold Kimuge, MP nominated, who recently took the oath of office. The induction workshop is scheduled for 8th to 9th December 2025. The venue will be communicated in due course. With respect to today's swearing-in ceremony, honorable members, it will be proceeding as follows in accordance with the traditions and standing orders of the House. We shall commence with the member-elect for Magarini constituency, the Honorable Harrison Garama Kombe, whose swearing-in will take precedence since he is returning to the House after a previous tenure. Thereafter, the remaining members-elect will take their oath or affirmation in alphabetical order of constituencies as provided under Standing Order 3.3 and reflected in the division list. The sequence will therefore be as follows: Banisa constituency, Kasipul constituency, Malava constituency, Mbere North constituency, and Ugunja constituency. Honorable members, to maintain order and decorum during the ceremony, I direct that each member-elect shall be escorted by only 2 members of the House when proceeding to the oath or affirmation. I am notified that, as usual, the leadership has nominated the escorts of honor for the honorable members-elect. After subscribing to the oath or affirmation, the members shall proceed to my left to sign the oath book, witnessed by the 2 escorting members. In addition, at the request of both the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party, I am pleased to grant the House 45 minutes immediately upon the conclusion of the swearing-in ceremony for honorable members to extend their formal welcome and congratulations to your colleagues. I also wish to recognize the presence of distinguished friends of the members-elect, who include the Honorable Cecil Mbarire, Governor of Embu County in the Speaker's role, and CS for Public Service, the Honorable Ruku. Finally, honorable members, allow me to once again. Yes, I can see the Honorable Governor for Mombasa, Abdul Somad, the Honorable Gideon Mungaro, Governor for Kilifi, I say retired Justice Matzayo, Senator and Minority Leader in the Senate, and P.S. Fikirini of Youth and Sports. Finally, honorable members, allow me to once again to warmly welcome your new colleagues to the National Assembly. I wish them a fruitful, productive, and impactful tenure as they serve the great people of Kenya. I thank you. Members at the bar, take your seats quickly. Yes, Minority Leader. Yes. Yes, Junet.
Mr. Speaker, in line with your communication, Mr. Speaker, you have communicated that we are going to have 45 minutes to congratulate the new elected members, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to seek your indulgence because that exercise that happened last week was a mini election, Mr. Speaker, and it was very important to the country. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm seeking your indulgence that you extend the time to 2 hours so that we can ventilate this matter, Mr. Speaker, properly, because, Mr. Speaker, this was a very, very important. And you remember it took long before the exercise happened, Mr. Speaker. IEBC was not constituted in time, so there was a lot of delay. And, Mr. Speaker, the election was not an easy one for some places, Mr. Speaker. And big people were defeated, Mr. Speaker. People who we sacked in this House and others, Mr. Speaker. So we want to ventilate, Mr. Speaker. Give us 2 hours minimum, Mr. Speaker. 2 hours.
Thank you, Honorable Jeanette. Your request is declined. This is the last week before we go to the long recess. And I want to give you time to clear pending business. As to whether it will be 1 hour or not, I'll see as you progress. After we finish, I'll give the Majority Leader 5 minutes, the Minority Leader 5 minutes. Anybody else, I'll pick 2 minutes. Clerk, you may proceed.
Magarini, Kombe, Harrison, Garama.
Order, honorable members, it will be done in absolute silence except foot thumping. Bible or Quran? Okay. Go ahead, Jeanette.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to introduce to you the member-elect for Magarini constituency, Honorable Kombe Harrison Garama.
Bible or Quran? You want Kiswahili? Yeah? Kiswahili. Raise the Bible in your right hand and recite the oath.
Mimi Harrison Garama Kombe, nikiwa nimechaguliwa kama mjumbe katika bunge la taifa, na hapa kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu na mtiifu kwa watu wa Jamhuri ya Kenya kwamba nitatii
Bible or Quran? You want Kiswahili? Yeah?
Kiswahili.
Kiswahili. Raise the Bible in your right hand and recite the oath.
Mimi Harrison Garama Kombe nikiwa nimechaguliwa kama mjumbe katika bunge la taifa, na hapa kwa jina la Mwenyezi Mungu kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu na mtiifu kwa watu wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, kwamba nitatii, nitaheshimu, nitatetea, nitatunza, nitahifadhi na kulinda katiba ya Jamhuri ya Kenya, na kwamba nitayatekeleza majukumu yangu ya ubunge kwa uaminifu na kwa uangalifu. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You may proceed to sign the oath. Next.
Banisa constituency, Hassan Ahmed Maalim.
The Bible, the Quran.
Honorable Speaker,
Hold.
I beg to introduce you the member-elect for Banisa constituency, Hassan Ahmed Maalim.
Raise the Quran in your right hand and recite the oath in front of you.
I, Ahmed Muallim Hassan, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do hereby in the name of Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, uphold, preserve, protect and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of a member of parliament. So help me God.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
You may proceed to sign to the oath.
Kasipul constituency, Ongongo Boyd Were.
Order, take your seats. You're out of order.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to introduce to you the member-elect for Kasipu constituency, the Honorable Ongondo Boyd Were.
Bible or Quran? Raise in your right hand and recite the oath.
I, Ongondo Boyd Were, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I'll bear true faith and allegiance to the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I'll obey, respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I'll faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of a member of Parliament. So help me God.
Congratulations. You may proceed and sign to the oath. Next. Order, members. Order. Order. Bensouda, go back to your seat. Clerk, proceed.
Malava constituency. Ndakwa David Athman.
Go ahead.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to introduce to you the member-elect for Malava constituency, Ndakwa David Athman.
Bible or Quran. Raise your right hand and recite the oath.
I, David Ndakwa Athman, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of a member of Parliament. So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You may proceed and sign to the oath of office. Next.
Mbeere North, Njeru Leo wa Muthende.
Order. Order. Member for Thika. Order Kawanjiku. Order. Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to introduce to you the member-elect for Mbeere North, Njeru Leo wa Mudhende.
A Christian or Muslim? Christian. Take the Bible in your right hand, raise it, and recite the oath.
I, Njeru Leo wa Mudhende, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of a member of Parliament, so help me God.
Congratulations. You may proceed to sign to your oath of office. Next.
Ugunja constituency, Omondi Moses Okoth.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to introduce to you the member-elect for Ugunja constituency, Omondi Moses Okoth.
Bible or Quran? Raise the Bible in your right hand and recite the oath.
I, Omondi Moses Okoth, having been elected a member of the National Assembly, do swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people and the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, uphold, preserve, protect, and defend this Constitution of the Republic of Kenya, and that I will faithfully and conscientiously discharge the duties of the Member of Parliament. So help me God.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You may proceed to sign your oath of office. Order, honorable members. Order. That concludes the swearing in of your 6 new colleagues. We'll now dispose of one short communication, then I give you the 45 minutes.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members, I have a communication in relation to the privileges and immunities of the Global Center for Adaptation Order 2025. Honorable members, you will recall that on Wednesday, 4th June 2025, the leader of the majority party laid on the table of the House a paper titled The Privileges and Immunities Global Center for Adaptation Order 2025, which was published as legal notice number 82 of 2025. The order was published by the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora, pursuant to Section 11 of the Privileges and Immunities Act, Cap 179, and submitted to the House for approval. The order provides a framework for a cooperation agreement between the Government of Kenya and the Global Center for Adaptation, GCA, an international center established with the aim of accelerating adaptation action and supporting climate adaptation solutions. Honorable members, following the tabling of the order, I referred it to the Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry, and Mining for consideration. The referral was based on the understanding that the order largely relates to matters climate change, which in the first instance fall within the purview of the said Departmental Committee. Order, members. Order. Order. Honorable members, following the tabling of the said order, Honorable members, notwithstanding my referral of the order to the Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry and Mining and the steps already taken by the committee have since taken cognizance that the order, being a ministerial order, is a statutory instrument within the meaning of Section 2 of the Statutory Instruments Act, Cap 2A, and not an agreement within the meaning of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act, Cap 4D. Honorable members, the Statutory Instrument Act, Cap 2A provides that every statutory instrument issued, made, or established shall, upon tabling before the respective House of Parliament, stand referred to the committee or any other committee that may be established by Parliament for the purpose of reviewing and scrutinizing statutory instruments. This provision is also echoed in Standing Order 210-2. To this end, Section 2 of the Act defines a committee as the Committee on Delegated Legislation, which is established under Standing Order 210 of the National Assembly. Instructively, the Statutory Instruments Act, Cap 2A, and Standing Order 210-2 vest in the Committee on Delegated Legislation the mandate mandated to consider and scrutinize statutory instruments submitted to Parliament to ensure conformity with the Constitution, the Statutory Instruments Act, Cap 2A, the Act under which the instrument is made, or order relevant to the Act. It follows, therefore, that the order, being a statutory instrument, ought to have been referred to the Committee on Delegated Legislation for consideration using the parameters provided for in Standing Order 210-3, and not the Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry, and Mining. Honourable members, in view of the foregoing and noting the mandate of the Committee on Delegated Legislation vis-à-vis that of the departmental committees, the Privileges and Immunities Global Center for Adaptation Order 2025, Legal Notice Number 82 of 2025, is referred to the Committee on Delegated Legislation for consideration. I'm aware that the Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry, and Mining scrutinized the order against the provisions of the Privileges and Immunities Act, Cap 179, the Interpretation and General Provisions Act, Cap 2, and the Statutory Instruments Act, Cap 2A, which regulate the making, scrutiny, and publication of statutory instruments. Indeed, the committee already tabled its report to the House and is awaiting consideration. That notwithstanding, honourable members, I hereby direct as follows: that pursuant to Section 12(1) of the Statutory Instruments Act, Cap 2A, and Standing Order 210-2, the Privileges and Immunities Global Center for Adaptation Order 2025, published as Legal Notice Number 82 of 2025, now stands referred to the Committee on Delegated Legislation for scrutiny. That to allow the Committee on Delegated Legislation to deal independently, the motion on consideration of the report of the Departmental Committee on Environment, Forestry, and Mining on the matter is hereby stood down. And 3, that the Committee on Delegated Legislation is expected to expeditiously consider the order and submit its report as soon as practicable to enable the House to consider the matter within the prescribed timelines of 28 days, whose counting now commences today. The House is accordingly guided. Next, we go back to order number 1. Majority Leader, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, allow me to congratulate the members-elect, the Honourable Kombe Harrison, who has been with us here before and who makes his comeback after a petition that had sent him packing, but is now back. Welcome back, Honourable Kombe. The new member for Banisa, the Honourable Hassan Ahmed Maalim, the Honourable Boyd Were, the Honourable Ndakwa David, the Honourable Leo Wamudende, and of course, the Honourable Moses Okoth, aka Randere. Honourable Speaker, allow me, as I congratulate these members-elect, to also congratulate their competitors who put up a gallant fight. And, Honourable Speaker, they put up a gallant fight, but for these ones who eventually succeeded, Honorable Speaker, we must congratulate them and say this is a win, not just for these members of parliament, but also for the people of the constituencies that they now come to represent in the National Assembly. Honorable Speaker, these by-elections were a mini general election with 7 parliamentary seats and a couple of county assembly seats, Honorable Speaker. These by-elections indeed were a mini general election. And Honorable Speaker, the win that was seen by the broad-based government tells you, Honorable Speaker, that indeed we are not only broadening the base, but this is the future of this nation. It is also a vindication, Honorable Speaker, of those of us who truly believe in the politics that unites all the people of Kenya. And Honorable Speaker, those that have been preaching ethnicity, those, Honorable Speaker...
Order. Les KJ, what is out of order? Give him the mic.
Honorable Speaker, while I may not be intent on interrupting what the leader of
You have
majority
already
is saying,
interrupted him. Just
because he's
go
doing
on.
very serious business.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I'd wanted you to take notice that the matters that are prosecuted on the floor of the House only belong to the House. And Mr. Speaker, this afternoon, conspicuously, we are missing members of parliament from what is being called the united opposition. And we can see broad-based are here representing their people, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you have on occasion said that the matters of parliament should not be prosecuted at weddings and funerals, Mr. Speaker. I wanted to ask, Mr. Speaker, if it is in order for this very important business to be absconded by members of parliament who have been given the permission and the mandate to represent their people on the floor of the House, Mr. Speaker.
Order.
So kindly take some legislative notice of the absence of the united opposition, Mr. Speaker.
Order, KJ, you are out of order. There is no evidence before this House that anybody is prosecuting any matter before a funeral.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I hope you spare me that 1 minute. But also to inform the Honorable KJ that in this country there is nothing like a united opposition. What I actually see is a very disunited opposition. Disunited, colorless, rudderless, clueless, visionless, planless, and that is how they lost these by-elections, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, only yesterday, on Sunday, I heard one of them saying that they had agreed with another one on how they would share positions in Nairobi County, as if Nairobi County belongs to you. Nairobi County belongs to the people of Nairobi, and it is the people of Nairobi who will decide who will be their members of parliament, their governor, their senator, their women rep. But unfortunately, Honorable Speaker, yesterday, I heard the former Vice President, Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, a man I truly respect, assert that indeed, truly, the truthful liar was actually lying in church. And you know, Honorable Speaker, I am ashamed, because I am a member of the Presbyterian Church, that this truthful liar has been lying on the pulpit in the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, where I am a member. And I must thank the Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka for putting the record straight that that truthful liar was lying at PCA Kariobangi. Honorable Speaker, I was saying these by-election results are a vindication of those of us who believe in a united country, those of us who believe in the politics of progress, those of us who believe that this country can indeed transform from a third world to a first world country, Honorable Speaker. We are vindicated by the people of Kenya in these by-elections, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I must express my regret that, Honorable Speaker, those who do not believe in democracy attempted to use violence from Kasipul to Mbeere North. We saw the unfortunate incident, Honorable Speaker, where a former Speaker of this House attempted to box a young hustler just on the basis that they had refused to vote for a man who was playing a guitar by the roadside, Honorable Speaker. And the people of Mbeere North, Honorable Speaker, as I promised them last week when we closed our campaign, that on Tuesday, following the elections of Thursday, I would hold the Honorable Leo Wamudende's hand and introduce him to you as the member-elect from Mbeere North. I thank God that I had that opportunity today to introduce the new member of parliament from Mbeere North, the indomitable Leo wa Mudhende. And Honorable Speaker, there is a good man, a chair of one of the clans in Mbeere North, Honorable Speaker. I do not want to name the clan, Honorable Speaker, but he called me last night and he told me in Swahili that ya ukweli wa Mudhende amemuonyesha wa Munyoo moto. Loosely translated is that wa Mudhende has shown wa Munyoo fire. And indeed, wa Munyoo has seen fire. He has seen fire. Fire. He has seen fire. And the fire that they have seen is just a tip on the iceberg. I will conclude, Honorable Speaker, by saying those who remain to be planless, those who the President has told us have only three things: that Kasongo, one term, and must go. This is notice that has been served to them, as the President told them, that if you continue with your retrogressive and backward ethnic-based politics, politics that has no vision, has no plan for the people of Kenya, 2027 is nigh, and you will see fire once again. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I beg to welcome all these members and ask them to serve with dedication and commitment their constituents for these 2 years that they'll be serving in the House, Honorable Speaker, and we welcome them to the National Assembly, and we will work with them irrespective of whichever party you have been elected on. Those of you who have been elected on UDA, you are Kenyans, you are part and parcel of the broad-based government. Those of you like Randere, who have been elected on ODM, and my brother Boy Duere, who I went to campaign for them, both of them in Kasipul and Ugunja. I went to Mbeere North. I went to campaign for the Honorable Ndakwa in Malava. Unfortunately,
time up, Junet.
Mr. Speaker, I stand before you to congratulate the new members of Parliament, Mr. Speaker, who won their seats decisively, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, these by-elections that have just happened, or we just concluded, Mr. Speaker, have taught us a big lesson. Mr. Speaker, there is a cliche that says, "Vitu ni different kwa ground." I never used to believe it until I saw what happened in this by-election, Mr. Speaker. When I saw, Mr. Speaker, people who were so confident, like this group that were in Wamuthende's place and Malava, Mr. Speaker, being flawed, I could not believe it, Mr. Speaker. I thought this is a miracle. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank members of the Orange Democratic Party from this floor, Mr. Speaker, for standing up for their party and electing their new MPs in the Orange Party, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the team, both in Homa Bay, in the Coast region, Mr. Speaker, in Kilifi, and also in Siaya, Mr. Speaker, who took their time and made sure that those seats remain with the Orange Democratic Party, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there were many doubts. And if anyone had a doubt, Mr. Speaker, that the broad-based government is popular with the Kenyan people, Mr. Speaker, we were vindicated through this by-election, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when I saw Honorable Ishungwa and my friend Aaron campaigning in Homa Bay, in Siaya, Mr. Speaker, that's when I believe that Kenyans want unity. Kenyans are not interested in divisive politics, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know, we were in the opposition for long. Even now, that Kasumba has not left us, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, I came to realize that doing press conferences in Nairobi alone every morning is not good enough. It's not good enough. You have to go to the ground and talk to the people. If you do even 100 press conferences in a day in Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, it looks like that message never reaches the ground, Mr. Speaker. It is better you go and speak to the people on the ground. But what has shocked me in this by-election, Mr. Speaker, you know, when you serve in a very high office like the one you are serving as a Speaker, the office of the President, office of the Chief Justice, and office of the Speaker, Mr. Speaker, who are leaders of arms of government, when you retire from that office, Mr. Speaker, you are supposed to retire with dignity. Mr. Speaker, I was very shocked and sorry to see my former boss here and the former Speaker fighting a young man. Mr. Speaker, you know, those are things you leave for your PA and other small people to deal with, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, how can you be, honestly, even that young man should have just told the Speaker, no, please, let us not fight. You can send somebody else. Mr. Speaker, when you retire from a high office, like the office of the Speaker, you should be able to carry yourself with humility, dignity, because you are a senior member of this society called Kenya. You know, when I see the former Chief Justice sometimes campaigning, I just look at, and then he's addressing 10 people. Mr. Speaker, I feel petty for him, Mr. Speaker. I say, this is not the way a former state officer at the level of Chief Justice should retire. But Mr. Speaker, this election that has just happened, these by-elections that have just been concluded, Mr. Speaker, have confirmed also that in 2027, God willing, because we sat down as a team and we agreed that ODM is going to fill in Ugunja, Magarini, and Kasipul. And UDA will fill in Banisa, and Mbere, and Malava. We agreed as parties under the broad base. I can see if we maintain this formula, 2027 will be a walk in the park. Mr. Speaker, the former deputy president that we sacked here, I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and go and now become a village elder in Madeira. Because, Mr. Speaker, he has spoken all divisive politics in this country, and Kenyans have refused to listen to him. Kenyans have completely refused to listen to him, and Kenyans have told him in this election, in no uncertain time,
Yes, give him, how long has he done?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
Give him 2 minutes to finish.
Mr. Speaker, when I was just piercing now the real issues. So, Mr. Speaker, I was saying, this election has told in a no certain terms the former deputy president that Kenyans are tired of his divisive politics. Kenyans are tired of his tribal politics. Kenyans are tired of his shenanigans of abusing other leaders, Mr. Speaker. And Mbere people, you are good people. They are good people. They have proved to Kenyans, that tribal politics will not work in this country at all, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I am very proud member of the broad-based government because I can see it delivers. It is delivering elections. It is delivering development. It is delivering everything that I want them to deliver. So, Mr. Speaker, we are prepared. Hii ilikuwa tu kionjo. Hii ilikuwa kionjo. Sitaki kusema hii imeenda the way I said the other time, but hii ilikuwa kionjo. This is kionjo. The real deal is coming. I am telling the united losers, not the united opposition, the united losers, to prepare properly. You did not prepare for these elections properly. Stop blaming IEBC. Stop blaming police. Stop blaming small people. Prepare for the election. Prepare, go and talk to the people and come with an agenda. Tell the people what you want to do. Don't tell Kenyans that you, Kasongo, you want up, those things are slogans. It will not help you, those slogans. I want to tell them, please come up with a program and issues to discuss, to tell Kenyans. Issues of development, issues of importance to the Kenyan people. But if you continue the way you're going on, with these meetings in hotels, with these press conferences in Nairobi, with this kind of sharing of seats in Nairobi here, at so-and-so will be the one, you will lose. You will lose, I promise you. You will lose, and we don't want to be part of losers. We were thinking of joining now, with this kind of manners you have, just forget about us. Thank you very much.
Wangari. Remember the rest, you have 2 minutes each. If you can take 1 minute, the better.
Asante sana Bwana Spika. Pia mimi naunga mkono kwa kuwapa hongera hawa wenzetu ambao wameweza kujiunga na kuwa wawakilishi wa maeneo bunge mbalimbali. Na Bwana Spika, niwakaribishe hawa watano ambao wameingia hapa kwa mara ya kwanza, na pia Mheshimiwa Harrison ambaye ameweza kurejea tena. Na Bwana Spika, najua mambo mengi yamesemwa, lakini nitasema mambo mawili sababu muda ni mchache. Na niseme Bwana Spika, jambo ambalo tumeweza kujifunza kwanza, tume huru ya uchaguzi. Sisi kama nchi ni vibaya sana kukua tuko na eneo bunge ambalo limeweza kukaa zaidi ya miaka 2 bila kukua na mwakilishi kwenye nyumba hili Bwana Spika. Nafikiri ni vizuri tusome kwamba tukiendelea hapo mbeleni na usoni Bwana Spika, kila saa kuwe kuna tume ya uchaguzi ambayo imewekwa pale kukitokea uchaguzi kama huu inaweza kufanya. Bwana Spika, jambo lingine ambalo ningependa kusoma kutoka na uchaguzi huu ni kwamba tume huru ya uchaguzi Bwana Spika iko na jukumu sio tu la kufanya uchaguzi, lakini iko na jukumu Bwana Spika ya kuelimisha umma mambo ambayo yanafaa kujulikana, haswa mambo ya pia umuhimu wa kupiga kura. Nimesema hivyo sababu Bwana Spika, ukiangalia asilimia ya wapiga kura ambao waliweza kupiga kura, unapata kwamba ni kama asilimia 60 ambao waliweza kujitokeza. Na Bwana Spika, mambo ya uchaguzi ni mambo ya kitaifa na tunafaa kufuata kama haki yetu ya kikatiba, na ni vizuri tukielekea hata kwa uchaguzi ambao tunaangalia mwaka wa 2027, tume huru ya uchaguzi ikuwe imefanya mambo ya kuelimisha umma, mambo ya vurugu, mambo ya fujo ikuwe inachukuliwa hatua kama inavyofaa, sababu mambo tulioona wakati wa uchaguzi huu hayakuwa sawa. Mambo ya kutumia vurugu, kupiga watu sio haki, sababu watu wanafaa kutokea wapige kura na waende nyumbani. Hata hivyo tunasema kongole kwa wale ambao wame
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, may I also join my colleagues in congratulating the newly elected members of Parliament and their constituents, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a win for democracy. This is a win for civility. This is a win for the rule of law. And Mr. Speaker, this is a win for adherence to our Constitution. Mr. Speaker, it also demonstrates that in a modern day Kenya, there's no room for goonism, there's no room for anarchy, there's no room for violence, Mr. Speaker, and this cannot be a substitute for democracy, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this also clearly demonstrates that the broad-based government, Mr. Speaker, has brought together, has clearly demonstrated and brought out the face of Kenya, and proper planning means good results. Just like Honorable Junet had said, there's need to plan properly for elections so that you have good results, desired results, Mr. Speaker, and this can only be achieved if there is peace, if there is stability, if there is progress, if there is development, if there is true adherence and fidelity to the rule of law. Mr. Speaker, to the police, I want to say that for those of us who are part and parcel of the making of the current constitution, abide by your tenets, the Constitution and the Police Service Act. Protect Kenyans from goons, and make sure there is law and order. Mr. Speaker, to IEBC, don't be intimidated. Function in line with your constitutional mandate. To Kenyans, there is no room for anarchy. Let's continue believing in democracy. This is what will hold Kenyans together. The agents of broad-based government, this is the way, continue to bring many Kenyans under the fold of the broad-based government, and I'm sure this is one thing that Kenyans desire. Once more, the new members, come and welcome to the August House. Make sure you're familiar with the rules and make sure you continue functioning as a member of parliament and also serve your constituents.
Mere Mase.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I wish to take this opportunity also to welcome and congratulate all the members who have been sworn in today. And I also want to congratulate those who lost, because in every election there must be a winner and there must be a loser. But Honorable Speaker, as I congratulate the members, I want to tell you to go back and serve your people diligently. And as I congratulate them, Honorable Speaker, I want to condemn what I saw, the violence and the utterances by some leaders, especially the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Stop divisive and tribal politics. Honorable Speaker, I was out of the country on official duty, and I heard Honorable Gachagua accusing and calling my community, the Itaso community, Wakora. And I want to say, the Itaso people are very peaceful and loving people. And when they want to marry, they pick the most intelligent and beautiful women from their neighbors and the diaspora. So because Rigathi Gachagua sensed he was being defeated by the team led by our very able wife and very intelligent Cecily Mbarire, he started calling the Itaso community Wakora. He must stop and respect other tribes and communities in this country and not to do divisive and tribal politics. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Nabii Nabwera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to join my colleagues in congratulating our newly elected colleagues who have come into this house, including my friend, David Athman Ndakwa. Mr. Speaker, this election has taught us a number of lessons. Number one, that Kenyans are interested in issue-based politics. I witnessed in Malava a whole platoon of people who are imported from all over Kenya pretending that they are an alternative to government, making a Malava by-election a non-issue-based election, calling people names, calling us all sorts of things, but the people of Malava stood up and said they are interested in issues that affect their livelihood on a daily basis. Lesson number two, Mr. Speaker, is that the ordinary mamboga in the village wants service delivery. The ordinary boda wants service delivery. And therefore, they turned up to vote for people they believe will offer services and not rhetoric. Lesson number three, Mr. Speaker, Kenyans are not interested in divisive politics. Kenyans want a united country. And that was very clear with the resounding win of the broad-based candidates. Lesson number four, Mr. Speaker, is that propaganda can never win against truth.
He's a real debater.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What we saw was that the united losers, as they have been called, introduced propaganda instead of addressing the issues that affect the public. And in this, the public was able to choose chaff, wheat from chaff. And the wheat is here, the chaff remained in the street. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Nabi. Honorable members, before I give the next, which will be Jane Kagiri, allow me to recognize a delegation from the Kingdom of Lesotho in the Speaker's Gallery. I wish to introduce to you a delegation from the National Reforms Transitional Office of the Kingdom of Lesotho, who are seated in the Speaker's Gallery. They are Honorable Richard Ramoletsi, Minister of Law and Justice, Mr. Lira Ralebese, Principal Secretary, Minister of Law and Justice. The delegation is accompanied by 3 officers and is on a benchmarking exercise with the Parliament of Kenya to learn about constitutional, parliamentary, and public service reforms. Honourable members, on my behalf and that of the National Assembly, I welcome them to Parliament and wish them fruitful engagements for the duration of their visit. I thank you. Jane Kagiri will hold your horses. Honorable Tienda Mola had asked me when I introduced this delegation to welcome them, so I'll give him 3 minutes, 1 for the delegation and 2 for the swearing in of your new colleagues.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, allow me to congratulate our colleagues who won the elections and have been sworn in. To win these elections and be sworn in is not a mean task, and we really congratulate them. We are quite proud of them. We hope they will learn all the good things that we do, those of us who have been here, and ignore the few bad things that they might see in the few days they will be joining us before we adjourn. Mr. Speaker, allow me also on behalf of the Bunge team to invite those of them who are involved in any of the disciplines in which we participate in the Yala Games to join us. I am quite happy that the Honorable Harrison Kombe, who is also my client and who is a member of the Bunge FC team, has now joined us. The team is much stronger for that reason. I am also happy that the Honorable Moses Omondi has indicated that he will be our key striker, and from tomorrow he will be practicing with us. And I invite, on behalf of all other disciplines, that those who can join, please join in time before we go for the Yala Games. We need you. Mr. Speaker, secondly, let me announce to this House that I had the pleasure, together with Senator Catherine Muma, to meet the National Reforms Transition Office of the Kingdom of Lesotho, led by the Minister for Laws and Justice, the Honorable Richard Ramoelesi. Mr. Speaker, we were able to discuss matters of constitution making from a perspective of history of this country, because the Kingdom of Lesotho is undergoing a constitutional process, and they wish to benefit from what we were able to do. We were able to take them through that the whole morning. Mr. Speaker, we were also able to take them through the traditions and practices of Parliament, both the Senate and the National Assembly. But above all, Mr. Speaker, we were able to take them through our various facilities, from the chambers of the two houses, to the committee rooms, to the gym, to the members' facilities, and more critically, Mr. Speaker, because they wanted to see the food that the Gen Zs came to feed on in Parliament, we were able to take them so that they have a taste of that food. And they confirmed that it is of good quality.
I hope you showed them the beautiful new gardens as well.
Yes, and they saw the beautiful new gardens and the fountain and everything in between. As for the evening matters, Mr. Speaker, that's beyond the House. I will not go into that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kagiri.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to congratulate the members who have joined us today. Honorable Speaker, this day takes me back to the good old book in Joshua 1 verse 9, where it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will go before you wherever you go." Honorable Speaker, today is a confirmation that our God was with us in Banisa, He was with us in Malava, He was with us in Magarini, in Bere North and Unguja. Honorable Speaker, this is one election that confirmed to this country that it was an election of development versus insults and threats. And thank God the development agenda won in this election. Honorable Speaker, my other point would be that we need to become gracious losers or winners. Honorable Speaker, it can't be in one piece of the mouth, somebody is saying they won, and on the other end, they are saying they were rigged out. Honorable Speaker, we must all respect the Constitution. Where you win, you accept you have won. Where another competitor wins, we accept and say that the other person has won. Honorable Speaker, as we go to the 2027 election,
2027, still Kenyans will repeat the same. I want to encourage them to work diligently and make sure that they serve Kenyans in equal measure. Mr. Speaker, I want also to say that and to congratulate and also thank the constituencies who are affected, because, Mr. Speaker, they have been patient waiting for these leaders to be elected. It's now upon them to show that solidarity and work with them. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for coming to my constituency to come and support us to fundraise for the 16 judges. Congratulations, Mr. Speaker. Thank you so much. Asante sana.
Makari Molo.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. You know, Honorable Speaker, you are the only one who can save us from this broadened government. Because unless you give us a chance to say something, Honorable Speaker,
Honorable Makari, I've given you a chance.
It will appear like we are not there. Honorable Speaker, let me start by
When
congratulating
your
our...
colleagues were sworn in, you are nowhere.
Yeah, I was, by the way, even when KK was saying we are not here, Speaker was seated here.
Okay, okay.
And it is unfair, Honorable Speaker, for KK to say what he said. This is an honorable house. Honorable Speaker, let me
I
start by
rolled him out of order, so don't...
Yeah, so let me congratulate our colleagues, Honorable Speaker. Those who have won, irrespective of how they won, we congratulate them. And tell them, Honorable Speaker, that now they made promises to their people, and they start working on what they promised. Honorable Speaker, there are a few things I've witnessed, and my prayer is that as we go to 2027, this House must ensure they don't happen. Honorable Speaker, point number one, the level of violence. Honorable Speaker, we cannot afford as a country to carry what we saw to 2027. Point number two, Honorable Speaker, name calling and abusing other leaders. This was across the board. It looks like what to say is the only united opposition which was abusing. Even your side, the other side, Honorable Speaker, people were being abused, Honorable Speaker. Point number three, Honorable Speaker, is the issue of voter buying, Honorable Speaker, bribery. That we cannot carry to 2027. And as I agree, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank my colleagues because when I look at them, I see what we call the Goliath spirit in them. And I want to tell them as a believer, David was able to make sure that Goliath goes down. Can we be humble ourselves, colleagues? What we are seeing, this name calling, assuming other leaders are not there, one day you might live to regret.
Mr. Speaker, finally on the issue of ethnicization of politics, which is a growing concern, that you cannot balkanize parts of the country and declare them for given tribes. It is unfortunate, and I want to encourage us as leaders to be careful with what we say, even as we move towards 2027. Thank you.
CNN.
Tukiangazia pale kwetu Mulima, pesa zilimwagwa na magunia, Mheshimiwa Spika, na corruption ilikuwa ya hali ya juu sana pale, Mheshimiwa Spika. Na mimi nataka kusema Madhende, tumekukaribisha kama mheshimiwa katika bunge hili, lakini ni vizuri usikilize ground, usidanganywe na wabunge hapa. Wakati wa uchaguzi ujayo wa mwaka 2027.
There is a point of order, Koimburi. Take your seat. Yes, KJ? What's your point of order? Take the mic.
Mr. Speaker, I want you to find Honorable George Koimburi completely out of order. It is only very recently that this gentleman was forgiven by this House for making utterances that he cannot substantiate. Mr. Speaker, this gentleman is in the habit of putting this House in great disrepute, making claims that cannot be substantiated. There is no place in this country called Mount Kenya. We have a Kenya, one united Kenya. And the win in Mbeere North is an indication that Kenyans do not care for tribalism, they do not care for sectionalism, they do not care for the kind of politics that they are promoting. So, Mr. Speaker, this gentleman must be found completely out of order for bringing total disrepute to this House by making very inflammatory and unbased.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika. Mheshimiwa Spika, nilikuwa ninasema hivi, kwa wale ambao wamechaguliwa kwa uchaguzi mdogo ambao uliopita, mimi nawakaribisha kwa roho mzuri, lakini ni vizuri kusema ukweli. Mheshimiwa Spika, Mheshimiwa wa Mudhende, usikilize ground, usidanganywe na wabunge hapa. Wabunge wanaweza kukudanganya na ujipate utarudi kwa hii nyumba. Mheshimiwa wa Mudhende, tunakupenda na tunakuheshimu kwa zile kura kidogo ambazo ulitushinda nazo. Kura 400, sio kura ya kujidai nayo, sio kura ya kujipigia kifua. Mheshimiwa Spika, lazima Wakenya waambiwe ukweli. Ni wakati wa kusikiza ground, ni wakati wa kutohonga watu, ni wakati wa kufanyia wananchi kazi. Mheshimiwa Spika, hatutaki udanganyifu katika taifa letu wa Kenya wakati tunaendelea na uchaguzi wa mwaka 2020.
Your time is up. Order. Order, Didymus. 1 minute.
Mheshimiwa Speaker,
Yes,
asante
Mary
sana.
Odhiambo, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, I don't think it is in order for Honorable Koimburi to be casting aspersions on new members when there is actually there is no case that is challenging their win. But more fundamentally, Speaker, he's asking the members to go and listen to the ground. When he failed to listen to his own wife, Mr. Speaker, he was listening elsewhere. He needed to have listened to his wife, first of all. He must listen to his wife before he listens elsewhere. Is it in order?
Order. Order. Dedimas.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Speaker kwa kunipatia nafasi hii.
Order, Dedimas. Honorable Koimburi, let's not escalate this. You know, when you hurl stones at your colleagues, those are some of the consequences. But I want to remind you that in our democracy, we have had a case here in the 8th Parliament where members in Wajir tied and we went to a by-election. We had a member called Sugo Major from Garissa. He won by a majority of 2 votes and served a full term. In our democracy, a win is a win regardless of the majority of votes. Didimas?
Asante Mheshimiwa, nashukuru kwa kunipatia nafasi hii, pia kuwapongeza wale wenzangu ambao wameshinda viti tofauti katika maeneo bunge tofauti, na nawakaribisha hapa tujenge taifa la Kenya. Cha msingi Mheshimiwa Speaker ni kufurahia amani iliyokuwepo katika sehemu ambazo uliona kwamba Mheshimiwa Kimani Ichung'wah alienda akafanya kampeni katika maeneo bunge ya Migori kule Kasipul pamoja na Ugunja bila tashwishi yote. Mheshimiwa Speaker, nasema hivi kwa sababu miaka 6 ambaye imepita tulikuwa na uchaguzi mdogo kule Kibra, na kwa vile sasa miaka 6 imeisha, tuko katika broad based. Mimi ningeliomba Mheshimiwa Speaker umwamuru Mheshimiwa Atiende Amolo aenda akamwambie Junet Mohamed anirudishie kofia yangu niliyoipoteza katika uchaguzi mdogo kule Kibra, sababu sasa hivi tuko katika uwiano katika serikali ya broad based. Mheshimiwa Speaker, na nitashukuru sana. Na vile vile nichukue nafasi hii kusema ya kwamba sisi kama bunge la kitaifa tuko na nafasi ya kushirikiana pasipo misingi yetu ya vyama ili kuendelesha ajenda ya kuunda sheria ambayo itawapa afueni wa Kenya ili waishi na matumaini ya kesho, tukua viongozi ambao jukumu letu kubwa ni kusaidia serikali kupeperusha maendeleo katika pembe yote ya nchi yetu ya Kenya. Asanteni sana na nawatakia kila laheri wajumbe wapya wa kutumikia wale ambao wamewaleta hapa. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Speaker.
Bensouda.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I would also like to rise and congratulate all the newly elected MPs in this by-election. And I want to say that they have a task to deliver to their respective constituents. Honorable Speaker, I would want to say that as political parties in this nation, we must strongly, objectively, and guard our political parties so that the principles and the foundations of their grounding can yield to results. Honorable Speaker, I would want to say that in the by-election which was just concluded, we have learning lessons and we have lessons that we need to carry along with us. For areas that we went overboard, we must retreat. For areas that we were weak, we must strengthen. And that is when we shall exalt the spirit of democracy, unity, love of this country. Honorable Speaker, I would want to encourage the newly and duly elected politicians who have come as MPs in this House. They have hardly 1 week, 1 year to deliver to their respective areas. And besides that, it is not a comfort zone because in the next 2026, they're also starting elections, campaigns for 2027. It is not a comfort zone for all of us. We are winners and we encourage that we have to desist hooliganisms, so that the young ones know that they need to be mentored, nurtured, objectively to deliver and use the taxpayers' money in the right manner possible. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I congratulate Honorable Boyd Ongondo Were, MP-elect Kasipul constituency, as the woman representative elected to represent, legislate, and oversight women, youths.
Honorable members, our 45 minutes are over. We'll go to the next order. Next order.
Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House. Today, Tuesday, 2nd December 2025. Reports of the Auditor General and the financial statement for the year ended 30th June 2025 and the certificates therein in respect of 1. Alupe University, 2. Commission on Administrative Justice Staff Mortgage and Car Loan Scheme, 3. Kaiboi National Polytechnic, 4. Kisumu National Polytechnic, 5. Mitungu National Polytechnic, 6. National Communication Secretariat, 7. National Research Fund, 8. Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, Staff Mortgage and Car Loan Scheme, 9. Open University of Kenya, 10. Parliamentary Car Loan Scheme Fund, 11. Parliamentary Catering Fund, 12. Parliamentary Mortgage Scheme Fund, 13. Political Parties Fund, 14. Rongo University, 15. Salaries and Remuneration Commission, Mortgage and Car Loan Scheme Fund, 16. Salaries and Remuneration Commission, 17. School Equipment Production Unit, 18. Street Families Rehabilitation Trust Fund, 19. Tom Mboya University, and 20. Wildlife Clubs of Kenya. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I lay.
Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Agriculture, Livestock. Yes, Madenge, you are in that committee. Give to Honorable Madenge. So, Go ahead, Madenge.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 2nd December 2025. Report of the Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bill number 10 of 2023.
Chairperson, Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee. Honorable Mulyungi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House.
How are you, Baba?
Today, Tuesday, 2nd of December 2025. Reports of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of reports of the Auditor General as follows. Number 1, 7th report on the audited accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund Board for the financial years 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022. Number 2, 8th report of the audited accounts of the National Government Affirmative Action Fund for the financial years 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021, and 2021, 2022. Number 3, 9th report of the audited accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for constituencies in Nakuru County for the financial years 2013, 2014, 2014, 2015, 2015, 2016, 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, 2018, 2019, 2019-2020, 2020-2021, and the 2021-2022. And finally, number 4, the 10th report of the audited accounts of the National Government Constituency Development Fund for Lari, Lurambi, Embakasi Central, Kilifi North, and the Muvita constituencies for the financial years 2016-2017, 2017-2018, 2018-2019, 2019-2020, 2020-2021, and the 2021-2022. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mulyungi. Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning. Yes, Honorable David, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 22nd December 2025. Reports on the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on its consideration of 1, the agreement establishing the Shelter Afrique Development Bank, and 2, the agreement between the government of the Republic of Singapore and the government of the Republic of Kenya for the elimination of double taxation with respect to taxes on income and the prevention of tax evasion and avoidance. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Next order. Yeah. Nelly, you are not on my list. Is not. Nelly, you have a report to table. You are not on my list, but go ahead.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following papers on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 2nd December 2025. Reports of the Departmental Committee on Education on 1, its inspection visits to national polytechnics from 8 to 14th April 2025, and 2, inspection visits to 13 public universities in April 2024. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Madenge, Chairperson, Mediation Committee. Give him the mic. There you are.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that pursuant to the provisions of Article 113(2) of the Constitution and Standing Order 153, this House adopts the report of the Mediation Committee on the Coffee Bill, Senate Bill number 10 of 2023, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025, and approves the mediated version of the Coffee Bill, Senate Bill number 10 of 2023.
Thank you, Madenge. Mulyungi.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the 7th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the audited accounts of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund for the financial years 2016-2017 to 2021-2022, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd of December 2025. Number 2, Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the 8th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the audited accounts of the National Government Affirmative Action Fund for the financial years 2016-17 to 2021-2022, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd of December 2025. 3, Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the 9th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the audited accounts of the National Government Constituency Development Fund for the financial years 2013-14, to 2021/2022 laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd of December 2025. And finally, Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the 10th report of the Decentralized Funds Accounts Committee on its consideration of the audited accounts for the National Government Constituency Development Fund for the financial years 2016-17 to 2021/2022, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd of December 2025. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
David.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Departmental Committee on Finance and Planning.
Yes, sir. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on its consideration of the agreement for the establishing the Shelter Africa Development Bank, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025, and pursuant to the provision of Section 8(4) of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act, CAF 4D, approves the ratification of the agreement establishing the Shelter Africa Development Bank. 2, Honorable Speaker, I beg to give the following notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on its consideration of the agreement between Government of the Republic of Singapore and the Government of the Republic of Kenya for the elimination of double taxation with respect to taxes on income and the prevention of tax evasion and avoidance, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025, and pursuant to the provision of Section 8(4) of the Treaty Making and Ratification Act, CAF 4D, approves the ratification of the agreement between the Government of the Republic of Singapore and the Government of the Republic of Kenya for the elimination of double taxation with respect to taxes on income and prevention of tax evasion and avoidance. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Next order. Do we have any other? Ali? Well, like I told you, you are not listed on my...
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Education on its inspection visit to the National Polytechnics from 8 to 14 April 2025, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd December 2025. And 2, Honorable Speaker, I also beg to give notice of the following motion, that this House adopts the report of the Departmental Committee on Education on its inspection visit to 13 public universities on April 2024, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 2nd, 2025. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Next.
Order number 7, questions and statements.
Mashua Waithaga.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy regarding persistent power outages in Lower Gatina Village in Rebai Ward and Kagongo Tumuru in Tinganga Ward, Kiambu constituency. Honorable Speaker, over the past year, residents of Lower Katina Village in Rebai Ward and Kagongo Tumuru in Tinganga Ward have experienced frequent and prolonged power blackouts, often occurring without any prior notice, explanation, or an indication of when power supply will be restored. In Rebai Ward, residents of Lower Katina Village rely on a transformer that also serves the Kigoda Estate Coffee Farm. This has proven unsustainable as the transformer is unable to support the more than 50 households, leading to frequent blackouts. Similarly, in Kagongo Tumuru Village, Tinganga Ward, residents continue to face persistent power outages due to constant breakdown of the transformer that serves the area. The unreliable power supply in these areas has disrupted economic activities, limited business opportunities, and inconvenience households that depend on electricity. Schools and healthcare facilities in the two areas are unable to operate efficiently due to the unreliable power supply. Attempts to follow up with Kenya Power and Lightning on the installation and additional transformers and improvement of the power infrastructure have borne no fruit. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Energy on the following. 1, measures that the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum has put in place to urgently address and resolve these recurring outages and ensure a consistent and reliable power supply in Rebai and Tinganga wards. 2, specific timelines within which additional transformers will be installed to stabilize power supply in Kiambu constituency. And 3, plans by the ministry to compensate affected residents and businesses for the losses occasioned by the perennial power outages. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Chair Energy.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Are you able to bring a response by Thursday this week?
By Thursday this week, we will try. I'll get in touch with the. But I also want to assure the member that just last week we removed, or we are able to do away with the moratorium on the independent power producers. So again, we want to promise this House that by next year, hopefully with the emergence of the removal of the moratorium, then these issues of power surges will come to an end. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'll do my best to have the report by Thursday.
You, Mary Mase.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I arise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure regarding the deteriorating condition and structural inadequacies of the Busia-Malaba Highway. Honorable Speaker, the Busia-Malaba Highway is a major transport corridor linking Kenya and Uganda and serves as a key gateway for cross-border trade within the East African region. The highway facilitates the movement of goods, passengers, and heavy commercial vehicles, thereby supporting trade, agriculture, and regional integration. The road was not originally designed to accommodate the heavy volume of trucks currently experienced, leading to deterioration, especially from the diverted transit vehicles. The road is now in a deplorable state, riddled with deep potholes, eroded shoulders, and poor drainage, making it unsafe and inefficient. Honorable Speaker, maintenance efforts have been limited to filling potholes with marram, which is easily washed away during rains. The section between Lukolis and Malaba town is particularly hazardous due to the deep potholes, poor drainage, and lack of lighting, resulting in frequent accidents, vehicle damage, and traffic congestion. Residents and road users have persistently raised concerns over the poor condition of this vital highway and the slow pace of rehabilitation despite its national and regional importance. The neglect has increased transport costs, hindered trade, and endangered lives. Honorable Speaker, it's against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Transport and Infrastructure to apprise the House on the following. 1, plans by the Ministry of Roads and Infrastructure to urgently rehabilitate and upgrade the Busia-Malaba Highway, including comprehensive works on repairs, reconstruction, and drainage. 2, measures being taken to ensure sustainable and routine maintenance of the highway to forestall further deterioration. And 3, plans by the Kenya National Highways Authority to compensate victims of accidents and property damage attributable to the current deplorable state of the road. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Mary. Transport, and Infrastructure? GK? Any member of the committee? Owen Bayer?
Yes, I'll inform the chair. Demas Barasa was here and left, but and GK2 left, but I will let them know, Honorable Speaker.
How soon can they bring a response?
I don't know whether Thursday is feasible because of the recess ahead of us.
Can you ask them to try and see if they can craft an answer for Thursday?
All right. Much obliged, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Mwenje?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise on Standing Order 42E, subsection 2. Honorable Speaker, perhaps I can read it as you're also looking at it. And it says, notwithstanding the provisions of paragraph 1, where the Speaker determines a question to be urgent, a Cabinet Secretary shall reply to the question within 48 hours of referral of the question. Honorable Speaker, the reason why I rise on this specific standing order is related to a matter connected to the Cabinet Secretary of Transport, Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, about 3 weeks ago, or about I think a month ago, you had given directions that the CS Transport should give a response with regards to disbursements for the balances for the financial year 24-25, which I believe in your presence, Honorable Speaker, we were given some information that these balances would be released by a certain date. Honorable Speaker, this is still yet to happen, Honorable Speaker. And also there was even revision of the 25-26 ceilings, and this is yet to be done. And Honorable Speaker, this has really affected procurement and even planning. I believe, Honorable Speaker, you've also given directions to the minority leader and to even the majority leader. And this issue, Honorable Speaker, remains unresolved, and we are about to go on recess. So, Honorable Speaker, I beg your indulgence. I believe, Honorable Speaker, I've even written 2 letters to you personally regarding this issue, because I believe the executive is undermining us on this issue by failing to give a substantive response. All we need to know is if these balances will ever come or if they won't come, so that we can plan, or rather the constituencies, committees can plan accordingly. So, Honorable Speaker, I beg for your indulgence on this issue before this 4th session is over. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Owen, do you have any?
Honorable Speaker, I may not have any response for now, but I can promise you that I'll get in touch.
Can you ask GK to be here tomorrow afternoon to
Much obliged.
To respond to this?
Much obliged.
I know the... Yes, Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the 14th of October this year, I rose within the reading of Standing Order 44-2C and sought for a statement from the Departmental Committee on Education. You gave direction that within 2 weeks, I was supposed to get the response. It is several weeks, and so far, even today, it seems on the responses scheduled, Honorable Speaker, as per the order paper, I don't see the response being captured. Maybe I come before you, Honorable Speaker, that you give the necessary direction.
Yes, Melly.
Thank you.
Why haven't you responded?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, the Teacher Service Commission was scheduled to be before the committee, and they gave an excuse or an apology because they were attending to other issues. I communicated to them that we needed the document to lay or to read a statement before the House or invite the member before the committee. And up to now, they have not given me feedback. And I directed the clerk last week that they furnish us with the information between the committee or they give us written submission to the House. I think I'll bring it before Thursday, Honorable Speaker.
Okay. Yes, Omboka.
Honorable Speaker, on the same breath,
yes.
I had, a month ago, I had also asked the question on JSS to the chair of education. And 2, I had also asked a question to the departmental committee on agriculture with regard to the Way Bridge issue in my constituency. Honorable Speaker.
Remember.
Yeah.
Owen, first of Melly first. Are you able to bring a response?
No, I'll make a follow-up. I Just consulted with the
Tomorrow
member.
afternoon, can we revisit?
Yes?
Yes.
I'll actually consult the CS, and if possible, we can get the information. I'll
Yes.
relay to the member on Thursday. Thank you.
Umulher? Where is the chair of agriculture?
I don't know whether people are excited about
Can you ask him if he is ready to bring a response on Thursday afternoon?
Let me ask him. Let me ask
Yes.
him. I was much obliged.
Umulher? Give Umulher the mic.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance. Mr. Speaker, it's on the laxity of giving response from across board, I would say, the ministries. I gave a statement and I brought it to your attention in House Business Committee, Mr. Speaker, a while ago, 2 weeks ago. On the 25th of September, I gave a statement on unfair treatment of passengers from Mandera. No response yet, 2.5 months later. On the 8th of October, the statement now is due for response today. 4th of November, incidents on explosion of children. Mr. Speaker, I think you need to crack the whip on this, because it's either they will bring half-baked information or they will not even respond altogether. So we need your indulgence and your guidance on this. Thank you.
Owen, you are the leadership. Where
Yes.
are your chairman?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I think today looks like not a so good day. No, only today. Only today. Our chairpersons and chairmen, I think, are out there celebrating and probably inducting the new members, Honorable Speaker. And I want to promise you that I will follow them up so that tomorrow, Honorable Speaker, you give us time to respond to all these issues that are being raised, Honorable Speaker. I beg your indulgence.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you.
Umulher, let's see tomorrow afternoon. Responses, Chair, Communication, Information and Innovation. KJ, are you ready to respond to Umulher's request?
Mr. Speaker, I am ready.
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, we have received a response from the Ministry of Communication, Information and Innovation and the Digital Economy, and this is in response to a question raised for a request for statement by the Honorable Umi on the allocation of the USF. And Mr. Speaker, because this is a very long response, I shall just give to the House an abridged version when and the full document can be presented to the honorable member who asked the question. Mr. Speaker, the response, the statement that the ministry gave to the committee reiterates that the USF is a cornerstone of Kenya's digital inclusion agenda, having enabled significant progress across mobile and fiber networks, broadcasting and digital content. However, there are persistent challenges, key among them being the remote area infrastructure, the land tenure issues, logistical constraints, and even vandalism. And these challenges require sustained multi-stakeholder collaboration, policy support, and adequate resources. The authority commits to rigorous financial management, strengthening oversight and aligning USF initiatives with national frameworks such as the Kenya Digital Economic Blueprint and the Vision 2030. These efforts aim to ensure that the USF continues to act as a catalyst for equitable ICT access and socio-economic transformation. Mr. Speaker, I would want to request that the Honorable Umi, who is also a member of this committee, if I could get her attention, Mr. Speaker, if only I could get the attention of the request, the member who requested. Mr. Speaker, as I said, I will only give an abridged version because the member has a complete response. And I am requesting the honorable member who placed this, because she also sits in our committee. There are two. There are two responses.
KJ, we have two Umulhers.
Yes. The Honorable Umi Harun, not Umi Bashir, both of who have requested for a statement from this ministry, and I shall be responding this afternoon.
You are responding to the first one.
I am responding to the one by Honorable Umi Harun.
Oh,
yes.
Then you are wrong. The first one I called out is that of Umul Khair Kazim.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Then I'll respond to that.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, I will also give an abridged response, not the complete statement, and the honorable member shall also be able to have the full response. Honorable Umu Bashir, the response from the ministry, Honorable Umi Kasim, the response from the ministry is that the absence of a network in Luli's location is arising because it was deemed commercially viable and thus not prioritized for USF subsidies. The Communication Authority has outlined immediate actions, including quality of service assessments and engagements with the operators to improve coverage alongside long-term plans to expand fiber backbone expansion and backhaul and include more Mandera sublocations in the USF projects. And the authority stresses collaboration with MNOs and the use of incentives to attract private investments while continuing to monitor and implement USF projects to ensure universal connectivity in Mandera County. Mr. Speaker, allow me to note also that our committee is committing to the Honorable Umu that our committee shall do a site visit to establish the exact situation in Luli's location. And Honorable Speaker, we also did as a committee find it curious that USF finds this place commercially viable for connectivity. However, they have not done the connectivity to this very specific location. Mr. Speaker, that's the abridged version of the response to Honorable Umi Kasim.
Yes, Honorable
And
Kasim.
congratulate her because that constituency did not have a member of parliament for 3 years. They only got one today. So she's doing the Lord's work, representing the people of Mandera. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
They also, Honorable Member, they also elected me to represent them, but it is true that they had they had underrepresentation for 3 years, and today is a good day. And we hope to work with the member to ensure that services are delivered to the people of Banissa. Honorable Speaker, as I earlier indicated, and my fear is confirmed with this response. Mr. Speaker, this is half-baked. It is not a response that can be brought to this House. Mr. Speaker, it lacks, I gave this statement over 2 months ago. They're still saying, I requested for this statement over 2 months ago. They're still saying, we are still checking. And the timeline they gave is 6 months. We are already past 2 months. Could the chairman tell us how far they have gone in the last 2.5 months that they said that they're working on how best Lulis could be connected, Mr. Speaker? Mr. Speaker, the other irony is that they said Lulis is commercially viable. So when a place is commercially viable, it should be given priority for network coverage, Mr. Speaker. So there's no enough justification for exclusion of Lulis from the USF. Mr. Speaker, again, Honorable Speaker, accountability gaps regarding investigations and identifications. I would like the Honorable Chairman of CII to visit Banissa constituency as a whole, and specifically Luli's location, to find out the situation on the ground, because this is just a cat and mouse game between USF and the MNOs. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
KJ.
Mr. Speaker, just a quick clarification for the understanding of the honorable member. Universal Service Fund goes to cover the underserved areas. These are the areas that are assumed that they will not get coverage from the commercial telcos. So when the response says that it was found to be commercially viable and USF has not gone into it, It is to say that in the analysis of the Universal Service Fund, they found that Luli's location is a candidate for coverage by the commercial telcos, and as such, they excluded it from the USF coverage funding. And so, Mr. Speaker, as I had committed, our committee shall assist the people of Luli's location and Banisa by purposing to visit the constituency, establish the situation on the ground, but also to give back the feedback that we are getting from Mandera County, from Honorable Umi, to the ministry, so that they can understand that as they wait for telcos to cover Luli's location, the USF can run ahead of the telcos and do the coverage as is required for coverage for places that are underserved, and it is established that Banisa is underserved.
Yes, Umulher Harun.
Mr. Speaker, I happen to be privileged to sit in that committee, and CA was with us in Mombasa 2 weeks ago, and they openly claimed that areas that Mheshimiwa Umi has mentioned cannot be connected because of insecurity. It is what the chairman should have given as a response, not rule it out because it is commercially viable. Mr. Speaker, I disagree, because these are regions that have really been left behind. Communication Authority needs to work with the communities and the members of parliament, not ruling everything commercially viable, yet Safaricom also sends blame back to Communication Authority to connect us. It is wrong, and I reject that response.
KJ.
Mr. Speaker, can I in the same breath respond to the request for statement from Honorable Umi?
Can you respond to her concerns first?
Mr. Speaker, she is totally correct to say that this cannot be a banter between the commercial telcos and USF. That Communication Authority, from where they sit, they are able to communicate with the telcos, whether it is Safaricom, Airtel, Jamii Telecom, or any other. Indeed, they are the regulator. Communication Authority also has a mandate to ensure that they identify the areas that are underserved. And so areas in the north of Kenya that are underserved are candidates for coverage by USF. And it is correct what Honorable Umi Bashir is saying, that it cannot be a cat and mouse game between Communications Authority and Safaricom. And indeed, if she has other information from Communications Authority, it is useful to the committee. However, as the chairperson of the committee, in response to a statement, I cannot put in my own words. I can only report what response came from the ministry. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Can you now respond to Harun?
Honorable Speaker, in the interest of time, I will also give a very abridged version of the response that we got from the ministry to Honorable Umi Bashir's request for statement. And the response reads that Umi Bashir. The Honorable Umulher.
Omanyo, what is it?
Mr. Speaker, I'm being confused by Honorable Kiarie. He's mentioning Umi Bashir, who is a PS in culture, I think. This one is Umi Harun.
KJ, you know too many Umis.
Mr. Speaker, it is clear that there are too many Umis in my life. I'm just about to start speaking the language. His Kawarama, Sodo at Parliament, and I'll make this response to Umulher, the Honorable Umulher, who is the specially elected member of Parliament representing the interests of the youth. And the response, Mr. Speaker, is that the statement that we got from the ministry reiterates that the USF is a cornerstone of Kenya's digital inclusion agenda, having enabled significant progress across mobile and fiber networks, broadcasting and digital content. However, there are persistent challenges, including the remote area infrastructure, the land tenure issues, the logistical constraints, vandalism, And all this, as listed by Communications Authority, requires sustained multi-stakeholder collaboration, policy support, and adequate resources. The authority, Communications Authority, commits rigorous financial management, the strengthening of oversight, and aligning USF initiatives with national frameworks such as the Kenya Digital Economy Blueprint and Vision 2030. These efforts aim to ensure that USF continues to act as a catalyst for equitable ICT access and socio-economic transformation. And Mr. Speaker, allow me to invite the Honorable Umulher to bring this matter substantially before our committee so that she can benefit fully for being a member of this Communication, Information and Innovation Committee, where we might be able to attend to this matter as a substantive agenda before our committee. Mr. Speaker, I do thank you.
KJ, Umi.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. I had asked this statement 4 months ago, and I think it feeds into the issues that were raised earlier by members on how slow the responses are coming from the ministry. But regardless, I still appreciate that there is feedback. I have the full report here with me.
And
I
you're satisfied?
I am not satisfied, Mr. Speaker, and I want to highlight a few things as to why this report is not sufficient.
This is not debate. Just ask him a question.
Mr. Speaker, I am not satisfied.
Based on what he has said.
I am not satisfied completely because I serve in that committee myself. The reason I brought this issue as a statement is because I was not even satisfied the few times that we summoned CA to give us responses. And that response from the chair is the reason as to why I'm still not satisfied. The response is here. He has just not even given us a brief of what this report says. So, Mr. Speaker, I will not even be satisfied if I asked him to summon CA to the committee as well, because it's still the same. So I'm stuck, Mr. Speaker. Help me.
You know, it's not enough to say you are not satisfied 4 times. It's good for you to ask, based on what he said, ask him
But
supplemental
Mr. Speaker,
questions.
He did not issue a detailed response as to what I can even give him as feedback. He just generalized the entire statement.
That may very well be the case. This is statement time. Once a statement is given, however general or detailed, if you are satisfied, we let it rest there.
Mr.
If you
Speaker,
are
I am not satisfied.
That is very good. Now that you are not satisfied, ask him a question so that he can be able to know where he has missed the point.
But I just told him he did not even issue a brief. He just went over the entire report, Mr. Speaker. What do I ask?
Omi, I don't know. I'm trying to help you.
Yes, Speaker.
When you request for a statement, you expect an answer.
Yes.
When an answer comes, you either agree with the response, therefore you're satisfied and we raise the matter there. If you are not, then you question the chairman further.
Mr. Speaker, that's what I was about to do.
The issues raised in your statement. It's not debate time.
The issue I'm raising is the report has cited so many areas that have been covered.
Yes.
If I just pick a simple example, like what I had mentioned earlier, the connectivity, for example, in a town like Galmagala,
Yes.
or a town like Bura, they have cited that they have connected Bura, which is on air, but Galmagala has insecurity issues. Mr. Speaker, it's the same area. And this is what I feel like CA is not telling us. Why do they rule out, especially the regions that should be connected, because the fund is supposed to serve underserved areas. They have ruled out Mandera, Garissa, Wajir as insecurity areas. But the challenge that we have is there's a network called Hormuz, which is benefiting from this region. This network comes all the way from Somalia. Mr. Speaker, a network from another county is serving regions like Mandera, yet C and the committee is telling us we have insecurity in these areas. Mr. Speaker, that's why I am not satisfied with this report. I could go on and on, but I need the chair to question the ministry.
KJ?
Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Umi is not helpless. Our Committee on CII has a mandate that is given by our standing orders, and how we can assist her. If she's not getting any response from Communications Authority, our committee can commit to go to the ground ourselves, establish the issues that she's talking about, so that with the strength that is given by the Constitution and our standing orders, we may be able to face up Communications Authority on the issues that she is raising, because they are real issues. There is no way you can deny a people connectivity in this day and age, claiming that you're denying them because there is insecurity. In fact, to alleviate that insecurity, you need the connectivity. So, Mr. Speaker, with the mandate given to our committee, what we shall do is take up this matter substantively as a committee so that we can plan for a comprehensive visit of the northern frontier district counties of Mandera, Wajir, and Garissa, so that we can establish the issues that are being raised by the Honorable Umi and the Honorable Umi, so that this parliament can assist the honorable members. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Harun.
Mr. Speaker, I also forgot in my statement request, I'd asked for CA to also give us a breakdown of the partnership between Communication Authority and KPLC, which the response does not also cover. I also asked them to give us a breakdown of how many companies that have been awarded these tenders. The response has generalized everything. So, Mr. Speaker, I am not satisfied. I request that CA is summoned again to the committee. I sit in that committee. Whenever CA comes, I don't know what kind of protection they have, but they do not give us the right answers. And I'm dissatisfied, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
KJ.
Honorable Speaker, as you had directed, even including first-time members have a learning curve in the House. And so, as you had directed Honorable Umi, a response is only as good as the question that was posed. And Mr. Speaker, with the clarifications that we have this afternoon, this committee has some business to attend to so that we are able to...
Did you say that Umi is a member of your committee?
Yes, she is.
And did you also say that you will invite the CS so that you can interrogate?
In fact, we shall be inviting the authority itself, CA, the Communications Authority, the relevant agency.
Committee work is going on until the 15th of this month. So if you have the time, invite the CA and let Umi come and you assist her to prosecute her issues.
Mr. Speaker, we are well guided, and this is critical because, as you saw, the responses are taken so long. So if the committee calendar allows, we shall prioritize this business. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Before we go to order number 8, I'll give Honorable Tienda Mol. Yes, Catherine Omanyo, what is it?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I wanted to request if the Communication Authority can be summoned at the plenary, because I come from Busia, and what I'm hearing, we are also among the underserved, and I haven't seen anything happening there.
We can't summon a saga to this house. We can summon the minister.
Okay, okay,
And
I stand guided.
if you lay sufficient ground, we will invite the minister. If he doesn't come, we will summon him.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yes. I stand guided.
We have, as you are aware, honorable members, our matter on NGCDF has been going on in court. Yesterday was a hearing in the Court of Appeal. Without delving into the matter, because the matter is still sub judice, I'll give Honorable Tienda Molo a minute or two, buttressed by Honorable Murugara, to appraise the House on the status of our very critical case. I followed the proceedings, and I must say that both of you did a sterling job.
I thank you for those compliments, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with your kind permission, I wish to appraise the House of the status of the appeal that we had presented at the Court of Appeal. As members may be aware, that appeal came up to be prosecuted yesterday, the first day of December 2025, before a 3-judge bench. This House was represented by myself leading the Honorable George Murugara, the Honorable Peter Opondo Kaluma, the Honorable Millie Odhiambo, the Honorable Mwengi Mutuse, duly and ably assisted by advocates of this House, led by Mr. Sheriffson Mwenda, assisted by Mr. Josephat Kuyoni, Mr. Dennis Abisai, and Ms. Michelle Omwom. Mr. Speaker, we were able to prosecute the matter, and I'm glad that many members joined to listen to the proceedings. In my humble opinion, Mr. Speaker, the team acquitted itself well, demonstrated juristic valor, and immense jurisprudential ability. I believe, Mr. Speaker, that we ought to be able to persuade the court to correct the errors of law and fact that were made in the lower court. We pleaded with the court to render its judgment in time, noting that the fall of the hammer, as rendered by the High Court, is midnight 30th of June 2026. And we reminded the court that it would be of great injustice if the process of budgeting were to begin before the judgment was rendered. We are happy to report, Mr. Speaker, that the court listened to that particular plea and placed the judgment to be rendered on the 6th of February 2026, which is within reasonable time and the very earliest that they could do. As Mr. Speaker, you are aware, earlier on, the Council of Governors had filed submissions in opposition, as did the Senate of the Republic of Kenya. We are happy to report that though that had happened, they both did not appear to prosecute their opposition. And therefore, their submissions in opposition, in our view, and we submitted so in court, ought not to be considered. Mr. Speaker, we are therefore in that situation where we are hoping for the very best judgment to save this very important fund. Mr. Speaker, I wish to confirm that all the lawyers that I've mentioned above serve this House in that case and in other cases pro bono. It is unfortunate that a member had cast aspersions on the members of this team, but it is fortunate that he later apologized and withdrew. But it is something that must go on record, that when members give their time and energy to such an endeavor, casting aspersions does not help. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I wish to say that on behalf of my constituents of Rarieda, and I believe all my colleagues, we really want to see this fund prosper, a fund that is a national government fund, duly administered independently by the committees, which do not assist or help the individual MP, but the constituents. And in that respect, Mr. Speaker, we continue to urge that the executive and treasury ought to work hard and purposefully to release these funds in time. We are now in December, and immediately in January, the students will be going back. The ideal situation would be a situation where monies for bursaries are released so that the respective CDF committees can start processing them to assist parents come January. It is unfortunate that as we speak to date, only 14% of that amount that is due to each constituency has been released when we are half through the financial year. And I really urge that our very able chair, Honorable Sirma, and the committee would push Treasury to make sure that much more money could be released. I so beg, Mr. Speaker, and I see my very colleagues with whom I prosecuted this matter, Honorable Murugara is here, Honorable Kaluma is here. Perhaps they might have one or two words to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. It is true, and I thank Honorable Otiende Amolo Senior Counsel for the work that was done yesterday He actually put us together and we went through the submissions and he took the lead and did a fantastic job. Later, I was able to assist with Honorable Kaluma, and eventually we felt we had rendered justice to the matter. We may not be able to say what the outcome would be because there is no lawyer that can give any certainty to any case. Like any other case, there is no certainty, but we did the best we could, and the bench asked us pertinent questions, which we think we answered well, and we felt that we had persuaded them to take our side, but we leave it to the court. Ours, for now, is nothing else apart from to keep our fingers crossed, and also those of us who are religious, can we go on our knees and pray so that we have a favorable outcome, we are able to save this fund. It's a fund that is in the heart of every Kenyan, and that goes with the public participation that we did for the constitutional amendment that got stuck in the Senate. 99% of Kenyans are in favor of this fund, and it's high time, actually, God willing, it is saved by the courts. Thank you very much, Honorable Otiende Amolo.
Thank you.
Honorable Kaluma and Mutuse.
Yes,
and
Carol
Mili. Thank
Omondi.
you very much.
I don't want to escalate. Caroli, 1 minute. No, the matter is pending before their lordships. Give Carol Omondi the mic.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for indulging me. Apart from congratulating the very able team, let me just say that no fund has delivered so much for so many and has been misunderstood by so many for the wrong reasons like the NGCDF. Anyway, as we wait for the court process, I believe the budget process has already commenced for next year. And the allocation for NGCDF, I think, should be factored in. We should not drop the ball.
No, the date given for judgment precedes the budget policy statement. So
yes,
we
but the process is ongoing.
The process is ongoing, yes.
Yes, so we need to really be alert so that we don't drop the ball. That is what I wanted to point out. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Musa Sirma.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to thank the legal team from the House. I want to confirm, Mr. Speaker, that the members who are doing this are doing on pro bono service, and they have never been allocated any funds from the NGCDF board nor any other source of money to be paid for the service they are doing. Mr. Speaker, I also want to confirm that we are on course in disbursement of funds from Treasury as per their schedule which they deliver to us, and the amount of money will be delivered promptly as agreed with the CS, and I'm sure, Mr. Speaker, he confirmed that he visited you and confirmed to you that he's going to do the same. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
He did not. Promptly means when?
On the dates
On
mentioned.
every date that is due?
Yes, 5.3
Okay.
million.
Next order.
Order number 8, the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 17 of 2025, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Public Finance Management Act and for connected purposes.
Thank you. Next.
Order number 9, procedural motion, exemption of business from the provisions of Standing Order 141-2.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Probably need to up this volume on this mic, because
Yes.
we can't really hear what she's saying.
Can you repeat calling out order number 9? And raise your voice.
Order number 9, procedural motion, exemption of business from the provisions of Standing Order 142-2.
Majority Leader.
Thank you very much. As I move this motion, Honorable Speaker, I will request the Honorable Otiende Amolo to second. So I request him to be prepared. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the motion that noting that this House will be proceeding for a long recess from Friday, 5th December 2025 to Monday, 9th February, the year 2025, in accordance with its calendar, taking cognizance of the applications of the provisions of Standing Order 141-2C2 on specified bills pending at the second reading stage of the consideration in the House. Now, therefore, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 256, exemption of business from the standing orders, this House resolves to exempt the following bills from the provisions of Standing Order 141-2, that is, lapse and reintroduction of bills during the period of the fourth and the fifth sessions. First, or number one, Honorable Speaker, the Fisheries Management and Development Bill, National Assembly Bill number 29 of 2023. Two, the Meteorological Bill, National Assembly Bill number 37 of 2023. Three, the Public Relations and Communications Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 17 of 2024. Four, the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2022. Five, the Petitions to Parliament Procedure Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 51 of 2022. Six, the Mining Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 51 of 2023. Seven, the National Cohesion and Integration Bill, National Assembly Bill number 74 of 2023. Eight, the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2024. Nine, the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 78 of 2023. 10, the Cancer Prevention and Control Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 19 of 2023. 11, the Kenya Sign Language Bill, National Assembly Bill number 1 of 2024. 12, the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 62 of 2023. 13, the Universities Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2023. 14, the Universities Amendment number 5 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 79 of 2023. 15, the Universities Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 64 of 2023. 16, the Universities Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2024. 17, the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2023. 18, the Kenya Roads Board number 2 Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 20 of 2024. 19, the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2023. 20, the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2023. Number 20, the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2024. 21, the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 25 or 2024. And finally, Honorable Speaker, at number 22, the Environmental Professionals Institute of Kenya Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2024. I want to say this, Honorable Speaker, that this is a procedural motion. Honorable Speaker, as we know, every year or every time we have a session that ends, some bills lapse and they need to be reintroduced, Honorable, to safeguard that. Therefore, we introduce this procedural motion, Honorable Speaker, so that these bills can have another life as we approach the last session of this Parliament. Honorable Speaker, I request the Honorable Otiende Amolo to second.
Honorable Speaker, this special motion is necessary, it is logical, it is lawful. I beg to second.
Umi take your seats. Honorable members, I'll now propose the question, which is that noting that this House will be proceeding for a long recess from Friday, 5th December 2025 to Monday, 9th February 2025 in accordance with its calendar, taking cognizance of the implications of the provisions of Standing Order 141-2 on specified bills pending at the second reading stage of consideration in the House. Now, therefore, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 256, exemption of business from the standing orders, this House resolves to exempt the following bills from the provisions of Standing Order 141-2, lapse and reintroduction of bills during the period of the 4th and the 5th sessions. 1. The Fisheries Management and Development Bill, National Assembly Bill number 29 of 2023. The Meteorology Bill, National Assembly Bill number 37 of 2023. The Public Relations and Communication Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 17 of 2024. The Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2022. The Petitions to Parliament Procedure Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 51 of 2022. The Mining Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 51 of 2023. The National Cohesion and Integration Bill, National Assembly Bill number 74 of 2023. The Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2024. The Sexual Offences Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 78 of 2023. The Cancer Prevention and Control Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 19 of 2023. The Kenya Sign Language Bill, National Assembly Bill number 1 of 2024. The Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 62 of 2023. The Universities Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2023. The Universities Amendment number 5 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 79 of 2023. The Universities Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 64 of 2023. The Universities Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2024. The Kenya Roads Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2023. The Kenya Roads Board number 2 Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 20 of 2024. The National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2023. The National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2024. The Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 25 of 2024. And the Environmental Professionals Institute of Kenya Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2024. Do I put the question? Honorable members, I now put the question at order number 9, which is that members at the bar take the nearest seats. This will take a little long. The nearest, oh no. Thank you. I'll now put the question at order number 9, which is that noting that this House will be proceeding for a long recess from Friday, 5th December 2025 to Monday, 9th February 2025 in accordance with its calendar, taking cognizance of the implications of the provision of Standing Order 141-2 on specified bills pending at the second reading stage of consideration in the House. Now, therefore, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 256, exemption of business from the standing orders, this House resolves to exempt the following bills from the provisions of Standing Order 141-2, lapse and reintroduction of bills during the period of the 4th and the 5th sessions. 1. The Fisheries Management and Development Bill, National Assembly Bill number 29 of 2023. 2. The Meteorology Bill, National Assembly Bill number 37 of 2023. 3. the Public Relations and Communication Management Bill, National Assembly Bill number 17 of 2024. 4, the Political Parties Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 35 of 2022. 5, the Petitions to Parliament Procedure Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 51 of 2022. 6, the Mining Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 51 of 2023. 7, the National Cohesion and Integration Bill, National Assembly Bill number 74 of 2023. 8, the Public Finance Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 2 of 2024. 9, the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 78 of 2023. 10, the Cancer Prevention and Control Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 19 of 2023. 11, the Kenya Sign Language Bill, National Assembly Bill number 1 of 2024. 12, the Employment Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 62 of 2023. 13, the Universities Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 38 of 2023. 14, the Universities Amendment number 5 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 79 of 2023. 15, the Universities Amendment number 3 Bill, National Assembly Bill number 64 of 2023. 16, the Universities Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2024. 17, the Kenya Roads Board Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2023. 18, the Kenya Roads Board number 2 Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 20 of 2024. 19, the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2023. 20, the National Transport and Safety Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2024. 21, the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 25 of 2024. And 22, the Environmental Professionals Institute of Kenya Bill, National Assembly Bill number 36 of 2024. As members of that opinion say aye. Will those of the counter opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Next order. Yes, Oundo?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, on this matter. Honorable Speaker, I have a very interesting matter, interesting case. I sponsored a bill. It went through all the way to the second reading, but I think since January or February, since February, for some strange reasons, or the busy schedule of the House Business Committee, it has never been selected.
Which bill is this?
The Land Control Bill.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It has never been selected for the third reading, and I just wanted to find out, I know the standing order still saves it, but I just wanted to go on record that is still saved until the House Business Committee find it convenient to allow it to come for the third reading. I mean the Committee of the Whole House and the third reading. Thank you, Speaker.
It is a saved bill already, as you rightly say. When we resume, you can drop a note to the Speaker so that I cause the matter to come before House Business Committee to be allotted time for the third reading. Yes, Dr. Nyikal?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think it's a good thing to save the bills that we do. Mr. Speaker, how do we make sure that bills that we pass and go to the Senate actually do not lapse there? Because this is something of concern. I know right now we have, from my committee, there are 2 bills that are in the Senate. So I don't know how safe they are. Last time, I remember the assisted reproductive technology bill actually lapsed and we had to do it again. Yes. That's after a lot of work has been done. What is the procedure so that we save our bills when they get to the Senate?
We don't have any procedure on how to, from our house, save bills in the other house. But if you drop me a note again, I would then direct the clerk to reach out to the clerk in the other house. I could also reach out to the speaker to ask him if they can employ similar mechanisms as we have employed to save those bills from collapse, so that we do not have them repeated and restarted, which is a waste of a lot of time put in and hard work. So if I can have your note by tomorrow morning, I can then engage with the other house. Yes, Owen?
I just want to say one thing. I remember two days ago you texted me and asked me whether it was my bill that had been challenged in court.
Yes.
The acts that had been actually been assented to and lost at the court, Honorable Speaker. And I was taken aback a little bit, and I think I explained one or two things, but I also want to put on record, Honorable Speaker, that sometimes when we do research on bills, I personally do deep research, a lot of it, before I present a bill. And for a bill to journey from the first reading until, pre-publication, until it comes and passed here, Honorable Speaker, we have done some good job. But when it goes for assent, there is a lot of discomfort sometimes from cabinet secretaries and from users of that bill that think we're infringing on their space. They rush when the bill is about to be assented and advise that it should not be assented, and they give proposals that change the law, proposals which they should have brought at a committee stage and be considered. But the cabinet secretary writes to say, no, this bill cannot pass. And yet, that should have been considered. He was given an opportunity in the House to actually come by the committee and challenge the bill or make an input. Honorable Speaker, it goes to State House, and they change the bill at that level. And the same thing that we actually wanted to do here is what the court had said. You remember, Honorable Speaker, the bill on NLC. I had actually seen there's a judgment in court that had said you cannot limit a constitutional right by time. There is already a judgment that says the same thing. And when I was bringing the bill, I was actually considering that judgment and therefore correcting the law so that now we pass the appropriate law. It goes for assent, it is returned, and the presidential memorandum, we cannot raise the requisite number, and therefore we pass it, Honorable Speaker. Then the court goes back and says, no, this was wrong. And we are here again, Honorable Speaker. I think we need to have a good liaison office between Parliament and the office that handles bills when they go to State House for assent, so that, Honorable Speaker, we are able actually to be on the same page. Otherwise, it is embarrassing, really, to have a situation where I present a bill and had taken care of the issues, then now we are back on the same thing. It speaks volume, Honorable Speaker, on what research is done actually in the office, the legal office of State House, Honorable Speaker. I thank you.
Yes, Senior Counsel.
Mr. Speaker, the concerns by the Honorable Owen Bayer are legitimate, but I'm surprised because that liaison office he's talking about, I thought is his office. Because from where we sit, Mr. Speaker, for us, the leadership of the majority are our liaison between Parliament and State House. That is our understanding. And secondly, Mr. Speaker, Dr. Undo is intervening in ways I will not repeat. But secondly, Mr. Speaker, and I've said this before, it behoves the Honorable Owen Bayer and the leadership of majority to actually advise State House on these matters. What happens is a continuity of an impropriety. Because once this House has debated and passed a bill, in truth, once it goes to the President, it ought not to be amended. What ought to happen on the face of the Constitution as worded is that the President can return it with his, reservations, which then the Speaker, you will guide whether in the original form of that bill, those reservations are taken care of or not. And sometimes you can find that the reservations are actually already accommodated and they are misplaced. But what has happened constantly is that the bill is then amended and brought in an amended form, and then we are put in a situation where we can only overrule the observations and reservations by a supermajority, which we have never been able to do. The blame, ultimately, is not with State House. The blame must be with us. Because if we are really persuaded with what we passed, and if we really want it to be law, why can't we master that 2/3 to overrule those reservations? So, in my view, two things should happen. The Honorable Owen Baya and the leadership of the majority should actually help us by advising State House. Yeah? First, that cabinet secretaries, PSs, and other technocrats ought to involve themselves as the procedure is going on. Secondly, that what ought to happen is not what's happening. There should be reservations and observations, but not an amendment. But thirdly, to rally the House where appropriate to override those reservations, in my humble opinion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
In fact, Owen, you may recall I've raised this matter with the President. It is not his fault either. It's actually the fault of two offices. Your office and the President, in his wisdom, created a Department of Parliamentary Liaison in the office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, whose duty it is, among other things, to ensure that there's continuity of engagement between Parliament and the departments of government. What I have seen, and you know, is that bills come to the House, departments of government in the ministries led by the ministers are invited to come and present their views. They don't show up. Your office does nothing. The Parliamentary Liaison Office does nothing either. And when we present bills for assent, the same ministers then turn up and say, we were not consulted. That is where the problem lies. In your office and in the government liaison office in the Prime Cabinet Secretary's office, where there is a full PS responsible for this. So if you up your game, as Senior Counsel says, then we will not be having these issues, because where the ministries have participated actively and fully in the process, we don't have issues. And every time I ask committees what happened, they say we invited them, they didn't show up. So what we have said recently is that every time a committee invites a minister to appear before it on a legislative proposal, that invitation should be copied to the Parliamentary Liaison Office, the PS, Dr. Rono, and your own office should follow up to ensure that these ministers, if invited, they don't come, you summon them. You have so much authority under the Constitution that we shouldn't be crying at all. And when I saw your bill being challenged, and you see, once we pass a bill, we are funked as official. Anybody can go to court and challenge it. I send you a message and ask you, is this your bill that I see being challenged? And the rest is a detail that we'll deal with. Next.
Order number 10, motion. Report on the audited accounts for the Judiciary Mortgage Scheme Fund for the financial year 2011-2012 to 2021-2022.
Chairperson, Special Funds. Honorable Mohammed Fatuma Zainab. Is this Zainab or Mulyungi? Is Zainab. Where is she? Majority Office?
We don't have any official communication on. Yeah, but she should have communicated to us, and she has not. Yeah, but she knows she needed to communicate to us. Honorable Speaker, I request that we stand down.
We stand down. Next
Yes.
order.
Order number 11, motion, consideration of sessional paper number 5 of 2023 on the national policy on labor migration.
Chairperson, Departmental Committee on Labor. Chonga, that's your committee?
I'm the chair, Speaker.
Yes, yes.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move the following motion. That this House adopt the joint report on Departmental Committee on Labor and Select Committee on Diaspora Affairs and Migrant Workers on the consideration of session paper number 5 of 2023 on the policy on labor migration laid on the table of this House on Thursday, 9th October 2025 and approves sessional paper number 5 of 2023 on the national policy on labor migration. Honorable Speaker, the main objective of this national policy on labor migration is to promote inclusive and sustainable development of the country through safe, orderly, and productive labor migration. The specific objectives of this policy include to enhance coordination of labor migration governance in Kenya, to enhance transparency and flexibility in labor migration, to protect the human and labor rights and promote the welfare of Kenyan migrant workers, to promote equal treatment of foreign migrant workers in Kenya who are lawfully engaged in employment, and to provide a framework for collection, analysis, and use of data and information on labor migration and labor migrants. Honorable Speaker, in line with the provisions of Article 111, subsection 1, subsection B of the Constitution, the committee, through an advertisement in the local daily newspapers on the 24th October 2024, invited public to make submissions on the sessional paper. The committee received one memorandum of association of skilled migrant workers. Further, the joint committee met with the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection to deliberate on the policy paper. Honorable Speaker, Kenyans are increasingly seeking employment in foreign countries. Hence, the critical need for a well-managed, safe, regular, and productive labor migration. Honorable Speaker, labor migration continues to greatly contribute to the growth and development of the country's economy. It is a source of employment and livelihood to many Kenyans, one of the main avenues of technology and skill transfer between countries, and source for much needed remittances. Diaspora remittances are currently one of the Kenya's highest foreign exchange earners. Honorable Speaker, despite these benefits, the sector continues to face numerous challenges in terms of decent work deficits, inadequate labor migration governance, and migrant workers' protection. Furthermore, the reported cases of Kenyan migrant workers in distress have been on the rise, calling for sustainable solution in which can be achieved through comprehensive policy, legal, and institutional framework. The national policy on labor migration has therefore been prepared against this realization. Honorable Speaker, the policy applies to all Kenyan migrant workers, including potential and recruiting migrant workers, the private employment agencies operating in the country, all relevant agencies, and both state and non-state actors involved in labor migration. The policy covers the entire labor migration cycle, from pre-departure, orientation, departure, and post-arrival orientation, to the entire period of stay during employment and return to Kenya. Honorable Speaker, the committee, while considering the sessional paper, observed that the labor migration sector is guided by legislation that approves for the regulation and of the recruitment of migrant workers. However, The legal provisions have been insufficient given the high prevalence of distress cases experienced by migrant workers. The sessional paper, therefore, proposes the development of the Labor Migration Management Bill and its regulations. Kenya lacks reliable data on migrant workers, which hinders of effective labor market planning, skills inventory development, and management and protection of the rights of the workers. Honorable Speaker, some of the socio-economic benefits expected if the policy is successfully implemented include well-managed and coordinated labor migration to ensure safe migration pathways and protection of the rights of Kenyan migrant workers. 2, increased access to decent employment opportunities for Kenyans, especially the young people who bear the brunt of the high unemployment. This is expected to relieve the country of the unemployment pressure. 3, increased flow of the much-needed remittances, which is critical in earning the country foreign exchange. And finally, skills and technology transfer. Honorable Speaker, for these reasons, on behalf of the Departmental Committee on Labor and Diaspora Affairs and Migrant Workers, I beg to move this motion on the sessional paper. Owen Bayer to second.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to take this opportunity first to state categorically that I want to second this motion moved ably by the chairman of the Labour Committee, Honorable Ken Chonga. Honorable Speaker, labor migration in this country is a new phenomenon. It's not really a new phenomenon, but I think this government has picked it up and made it one of its key pillars in terms of employment and offering employment to Kenyans abroad. Honorable Speaker, this issue has been belabored by a lot of issues. One, what happens to our young people when they go to abroad, when they fall sick? We need a policy on that issue. Secondly, what are the preparations that must be made for the young people as they go out to work abroad, Honorable Speaker? What is the role of agents, Honorable Speaker, as they take away our young people and take them abroad? What is the work of the minister? And therefore, to have this policy being tabled here is important and a stitch on time, Honorable Speaker, because now the numbers of Kenyans migrating abroad continue to expand. Kenyans who seek for work abroad continue to expand, Honorable Speaker. The ministry, I saw Honorable Mutua championing this. I have seen the diaspora ministry championing this. Honorable Speaker, as a member of Parliament for Kilifi North, I've had several young ladies and young men die abroad while working there. I actually have one case at hand right now. Somebody went there, was recruited to go and work abroad in Qatar or Saudi or the other countries. And this person, because he's there is no medical scheme that is provided when this kid falls sick, and he has to ask for money from his family or from her family to pay for medical, Honorable Speaker. Eventually, unfortunately, this person dies. So what is the role of the agent to repatriate the remains? What is the role of the family to repatriate the remains? Honorable Speaker, it is actually left to the poor family. Their loved ones' remains remain in a mortuary in Saudi, and the remains must be brought to Kenya. They start moving from one office to the other looking for funds. Somehow we get in touch to the lady in Jogu, the PS, diaspora. She tries to help, but she says, oh, there is no framework. Where is the framework to actually help the family? Who gets the air tickets? How does the body come here? Who does the autopsy? Who does... Honorable Speaker, this area is still very murky, and needs to be strengthened and streamlined so that as we push for labor migration, and I want to thank His Excellency the President for the job that he's doing in terms of labor migration and to push more Kenyans to work abroad, Honorable Speaker. But there are certain things that we need to do. And therefore, this policy that is being tabled here by the Honorable Ken Chonga is a stitch on time. with a stitch on time, to ensure actually that we don't just do it blindly. We just do it, just don't do it. We do it within a policy framework. And therefore, I want to thank the Honorable Ken Chong and his committee, and the Committee on Diaspora Affairs and Migrant Workers on the consideration of this sessional paper. Sessional paper, Honorable Speaker, is an anchor for good law, for good policy. And therefore, I support this and second, and say kudos, Ken and your team, for the good job you have done, and that you're giving direction in this country for an area that is still very gray. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, I second.
Very well. Honorable members, I therefore propose that this House adopts the joint report of the Departmental Committee on Labor and the Select Committee on Diaspora Affairs and Migrant Workers on the consideration of sessional paper number 5 of 2023 on the National Policy on Labor Migration, laid on the table of the House on Thursday, 9th October 2025, and approve sessional paper number 5 of 2023 on the National Policy on Labor Migration. Member for Funyula.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity to also contribute on sessional paper number 5 of 2023, the National Policy on Labor Migration. Honorable Speaker,